I got reincarnated as the fake daughter, who's known for being pure as a lotus. To expose my fake modest personality, the female lead bound me to a mind-reading system. The female lead and I were fighting over a dress. I really want an orange, but I must stay calm and elegant. I'll secretly eat one under my blanket later. Mom paused for a moment, patted my head. She's perfect in every way, except she's an idiot. Good news. I have a very rich boyfriend. Bad news. Someone else told me about it. Arranged marriage. An engagement made before we were even born. I thought about it. Wait. The marriage partner probably isn't me, right? Mom gave me a reproachful look. Seeing that Violet didn't have any particular reaction, she said, "Our situation is special. Let's just bring both girls to meet him." Well, didn't know we still had people living like it's the 1800s. He's literally choosing a bride. How arrogant. Mom smacked the back of my head. You don't understand. Maxwell Reed is young, accomplished, and has a clean reputation. He's the best choice in our circle. If you can be with him, I'll feel at peace. So the next day, we were brought before Maxwell Reed. The man looked at us, his tone tinged with interest. I heard one of you two is my future wife. So, which one is it? Mom pushed me from behind, signaling me to speak up. I did speak up. Well, this is a bit complicated. I made a PowerPoint presentation. Would you like to review the situation first? Maxwell sneered, stood up and walked closer to me. No need. I've heard about you. After taking the real daughter's place for so many years. You, this unwelcome guest. He leaned down slightly, his shadow completely covering me as he continued. Why are you still in the Wilson family? I lowered my head silently, appearing deeply ashamed. However, his office chair looks so comfortable. But the most important thing is to maintain dignity. I can't ask for the link. I'll secretly take a photo and reverse image search it later. Maxwell. I noticed he had no intention of sitting back down anytime soon. Can I pretend to operate the computer and secretly sit in his office chair? So I held up the USB drive. Are you sure you don't want to see it? My PowerPoint is very detailed. Sitting on the sofa, I looked at the office chair with regret. It even has wheels. Wait, I must stay calm and elegant. How can I show interest in a chair with wheels, a backrest, and clearly excellent ergonomic design? Maxwell calmly prepared tea. I will honor the engagement, but I don't want my future wife to suffer any injustice. So he pushed a teacup in front of me. What belongs to her? I hope you'll return it. Mom stood up. I raised Jasmine. She is my daughter. You're the one who brought up the engagement. Now the engagement is cancelled. We don't need it. Maxwell leaned back leisurely against his chair, confident. I know you need something from me. What about that East District project? Her angry expression froze for a moment. Hot, hot, hot. That's burning me. I picked up the teacup. I put down the teacup. I'm officially certified as pure as a lotus. Even if I get burned, I must maintain dignity. I quietly rubbed my hands. Power move. But if I drink this, I'll have to give in, right? I'll eat some candy and say I can't drink water in a bit. So I acted like nothing happened and unwrapped a candy, putting it in my mouth. When I looked up, I found that the tense atmosphere from earlier had completely disappeared. Seeing them staring at me, I reflected on myself. Was it because I didn't share? So I pulled out all the candies from my pocket. Want some? When I get kicked out, where should I set up a street stall? Where's the best foot traffic? Violet fell into deep self-doubt. Maxwell looked at me with a complicated expression. What exactly are you here for? This is called, wait a second. My expression turned serious. After hesitating for a long time, I finally pulled something out of my mouth. What? This isn't candy. It's a compressed face mask that expands when wet. Just casually eating a face mask. No big deal. Wait. Even if I ate a face mask, I must maintain dignity. I was silent for 2 seconds, then said confidently, magic? I shouldn't have said magic. I should have said witness the miracle instead. While washing my hands, I secretly regretted my choice. When I turned around, I saw Violet standing right behind me. She looked at me wearily. Did you also come back? I turned to look around, uncertain. Come back where? The bathroom. Is she calling me that? Seeing that my reaction didn't seem fake, she frowned. Then why are you different? Shouldn't you have rightfully told him you won't marry? That all people are equal. And families shouldn't only be determined by blood? Aren't you trying to attract his attention? Don't you love pretending to be noble, then making others hand you what you want? Is that what I'm supposed to do? That sounds pretty difficult. Oh, right. Even when being accused, I should maintain dignity. I said seriously. With what you're saying, I have no defense. Huh. She sneered. No matter what you say, I know your true face. This time, I absolutely won't let you succeed. I've been wanting to ask this for a while now. Why is she the older sister? She looked confused. No matter how you look at it, I should be the older sister, right? Oh, I remembered now. Mom asked me back then if I wanted to be the older or younger sister. I said casually, either is fine. Well, never mind then. The next day, I stood outside the front gate with my suitcase. But I didn't leave. For a long time. Violet mocked me. Are you waiting for Mom to come back and ask you to stay? So you can pretend I kicked you out? You might as well beg me. Maybe I could find a way to let you stay. Before I could speak, a car stopped in front of me. The window rolled down, and River Park laughed mockingly. Well. Isn't this Jasmine? Haven't seen you in days. And you're already this pathetic? Got kicked out. How sad. I see you keep looking at your phone. Who are you waiting for? Don't tell me it's your arranged marriage partner. River and I grew up together. He unilaterally considers me his arch nemesis. The main reason is that when we were kids, we were basically two neglected children. As a girl, I developed faster than him and was much taller. Then I tricked him into believing he was my son. He believed it. My bad. The kid was already naive. But I still teased him. Stop waiting for him, and let's go. My mom wants you to come to our house. Violet suddenly understood. So you changed targets pretending to be pitiful just for him, right? Talking about sisters and all that. I actually wondered if I got it wrong. Turns out you haven't changed at all. What? River's face turned red. Pretending to be pitiful for me. Cough. I won't be fooled by such a cheap trick. Just like how he stubbornly denies being completely fooled. He just loves spinning in circles. They were talking one after another, and I didn't know which one to respond to. Don't gather here. My food delivery is almost here. You're all staring at me. How can I maintain my calm elegance? Whatever. I can start working soon. Hee. Even while working, I must maintain dignity. I've pretty much figured out the situation. A reborn female lead, right? Definitely karma. From what the original character did in her past life. It seems like as long as I maintain my pure, as a lotus persona, and don't get in her way, I'll be fine. So, time to have fun. However, I don't know if it's forced plot guidance, but every time I work, I run into Violet. Violet took photos with a mascot at the mall entrance. Inside the costume, I weakly said, "It's not right for you to randomly touch my belly like this." The parking lot was too far away. She and Maxwell were trapped at a scenic spot on a rainy day. I drove up and stopped in front of them. License plate ending in 8966. Two looked at each other, hesitating to get in. I thought about it and handed them an umbrella. $20 each. Want one or two? The two went bungee jumping. Maxwell was expressing his troubles. She's like a ghost. Is it because I kicked her out? Is she hunting me down? Violet smiled. Impossible. You're overthinking it. The staff member next to them lifted their cap brim. Hee. Go to the edge. Then I reached out and guided Maxwell off the platform. His scream echoed across the sky. People waiting in line. Wow. Listen to that scream. Is it really that thrilling? I looked at Violet. Your turn. Violet silently took a step back. Such a rare, thrilling experience. He should thank me. After countless dates, the two met at a coffee shop. Sorry. It seems I still don't have feelings for you. Even the suspension bridge effect didn't work. Sure. Violet quickly waved her hands. No. It's not your fault. As a friend, I'm grateful you helped me. But since you don't like me, why did you help me? Maxwell was silent for a moment, then confessed. I learned about what you went through. I saw how strong you are, how full of life. It reminded me of some things in my family, so I thought I'd help you. Sure. I see. Her voice dropped. So in my past life. Because I was too weak back then. Maxwell sighed. Sorry I can't be with you. But it seems like you don't have feelings for me either. Violet nodded. Don't worry. I promise to help you. I won't break my word. Sure. Clunk. A hand reached over and turned off the machine. Maxwell looked at me both annoyed and amused. That's enough. Let's talk. I pressed the switch expressionlessly. The ice was crushed into a smoothie with a sure sound. No one can stop me from working. No one. So he actually waited until I got off work. You have your car? He asked me. Yes, why? Let's talk in your car. I had my driver take her home. I thought about it and nodded hesitantly. Okay. But my car doesn't have a back seat. You'll have to sit on the handlebars. That would be so hard to ride. Can I ride my bike with dignity? Never mind. I'll be direct. I have some sleep issues, but I've noticed that every time I encounter you, I sleep very well. I want to hire you. After understanding what he meant, I was a bit confused. Does he mean I annoy him so much he passes out? But he enjoys being annoyed to the point of passing out. At that moment, River burst through the door. You can't agree to this. He placed something on the table, blocking our line of sight. River repeated, "Don't agree to him."
Because you.
"You have to agree to me first." I looked at the pottery piece on the table, thinking about how he's been crazy about giving me these things. Over the years, I couldn't help but sigh. He really loves pottery. River froze, then became furious. "Jasmine, are you a piece of wood that only has two modes? On fire or completely numb?"
Me?
"There's another possibility. He is actually insane." "River, Maxwell, would you honor us with dinner?" Maxwell said we can discuss this in detail. My mouth, muscle memory. "Sure, whatever." River said unhappily.
No, I'm hungry.
"You have to come with me first." Not wanting to argue with a kid, Maxwell was very good-tempered. "I'm not planning to discuss anything shady. If you want, you can come along. I'll call and reserve 3 seats." The one who had been blocking us was finally satisfied. However, when we were about to leave, Maxwell stood up from his seat, swayed, and suddenly fainted. "Holy cow!" River was startled and quickly went to support him. "Call for help." I nodded. "Okay. I'll notify them to remove 1 seat." "River, that's the call you're making. With 2 seats, should we just order a couple's meal? Would that be cheaper?" The ambulance arrived with flashing lights. I watched them load Maxwell onto the stretcher. River was pacing back and forth, looking like a golden retriever that had lost its tennis ball. "Jasmine, how can you be so calm? He just collapsed," River yelled, his face flushed. I looked at him with a gaze full of sorrow and concern. "I am praying for him, River. Panicking will not help." Actually, I was calculating the time. The restaurant reservation is for 7 p.m. It is now 6:45 p.m. If I cancel now, do I get the deposit back? Maxwell is rich. He probably didn't use a coupon. But waste is shameful. Maybe I can go eat all 3 portions? No, that lacks dignity. We arrived at the hospital. The doctor said it was severe exhaustion combined with his chronic insomnia. He just needed rest. The VIP ward was huge. It had a sofa, a TV, and a fruit basket. I stared at the fruit basket. There was a melon, a cantaloupe, the expensive kind with the mesh pattern. "I want to carve a face into it." Violet burst into the room. She must have rushed over. She looked at Maxwell, then at me, her eyes narrowing. "What did you do to him?" she demanded. I lowered my head, my fingers nervously twisting the hem of my shirt. "We were just talking and he fell asleep. I suppose my presence is boring." "He passed out because River wouldn't shut up about pottery. Also, can I eat the melon? If I slice it for everyone, I can legally eat the pieces that accidentally break." Violet paused. She looked like she was listening to a radio frequency only she could hear. Her expression shifted from anger to confusion, then to a suppressed twitch of the lips. "You stay," Violet said abruptly. "Me?" I asked softly.
Yes.
The doctor said he needs rest. "You seem to have a sedative effect." "I am not a Xanax. I am a human being. But this sofa looks softer than my bed at the Wilson house. If I stay, can I order room service on Maxwell's tab? I heard VIP wards have lobster bisque." "If it is for Mr. Reed's health," I said righteously, "I will endure the hardship." Maxwell woke up 3 hours later. He saw me sitting on the sofa, upright, reading a magazine about stock markets. "You're still here," he rasped. "Violet and River insisted." I said gently. "Would you like some water?" I already drank 3 bottles of Evian from the mini fridge. I refilled one with tap water and put it back. "He'll never know." Maxwell stared at me. "My head hurts less." "That is a blessing." "Stay." "Mr. Reed, it is late. A pure girl should not be out past midnight." "I'll pay you," he said. 5,000 a night. Just sit there." My expression didn't change. I looked out the window at the moon. "Money cannot buy time or reputation, Mr. Reed. 5,000? That's it? That's barely a down payment on the street stall taco truck I want." "Lowballer. I should leave." 10,000, he corrected. I turned back, my eyes glistening with unshed tears. "However, helping the sick is a virtue. I will stay." Violet, who was standing outside the door with River, face-palmed. I heard a faint thud. For the next week, my life became very strange. I went to school. Yes, I technically attend college. I worked my part-time jobs, mascot, barista, bungee jump instructor. And at night, I went to the Reed mansion to sit in a chair while Maxwell slept. It was boring, but I found ways to entertain myself. I discovered that if I stared at Maxwell intense enough, he would frown in his sleep. I also realized his rug was made of alpaca wool. I secretly rubbed my face on it when he was in REM sleep. One night, Violet came to visit. She brought soup for Maxwell. She found me sitting on the floor, organizing Maxwell's bookshelf by color. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Cleaning," I whispered. "To ensure a peaceful environment." "I am actually hiding a bag of spicy chips behind the Encyclopedia Britannica." Volume S for spicy. Violet walked over, pulled out Volume S, and found the chips. She looked at me. I looked at her. I can explain, I said, maintaining my elegance. These are potpourri. Dried chili scent. Very trendy. Violet opened the bag and ate a chip. Spicy. Indeed. She sat down next to me on the alpaca rug. You know, Jasmine, I hated you in my before. I understand. I am unlikable. Please don't fire me. I need the chip money. But you're really weird, she said. You're not plotting to take the family fortune, are you? I have no interest in such things. The fortune comes with tax liabilities and board meetings. Boring. I just want enough money to buy an island and hire River to make pottery for me so I can smash it for stress relief. Violet choked on her chip. She looked at me with genuine horror. You want to smash River's pottery? I didn't say that. I can hear, never mind. She sighed. Pass the chips. We sat in silence, eating spicy chips while the CEO of the Reed Group snored softly in the background. It was a strange bonding moment. River Park did not take the news well. He stormed into the Reed mansion one evening while I was working, playing Candy Crush with brightness turned down. Maxwell. River shouted. Stop holding her hostage with your money. Maxwell sat up in bed, looking annoyed. I am sleeping. She is working. She is a delicate flower. River argued. She shouldn't be working. Jasmine, come with me. I made you a vase. I looked at the vase. It was avant-garde. It looked like a melted duck. It is beautiful, River, I praised. The asymmetry represents the chaos of life. It looks like a constipated pigeon. If I accept this, I have to display it. If I display it, I lose dignity. Can I accidentally drop it?
No, too cliché.
Can I say I'm allergic to ceramic dust?
See?
She loves it. River beamed. Come on, Jasmine. My mom wants to invite you to the gala this weekend. You need a dress. Maxwell narrowed his eyes. She's attending with me. She's my childhood friend. She's my sleep aid, fiancé. Ex-fiancé. Re-fiancé. They were fighting over me. It was very dramatic. I stood up. Please don't fight. If I go with River, I have to ride on his motorcycle. My hair will be a mess. If I go with Maxwell, I get a limo with heated seats. The choice is obvious. I have a duty to Mr. Reed, I said softly to River. His health is fragile. River looked betrayed. He placed the melted duck face on the table.
Fine.
But I'll be watching you at the gala. If he makes you cry, I'm taking you away. He stormed out. I looked at the vase. Maxwell looked at the vase.
Throw that out, Maxwell said.
I couldn't possibly, I said. It's a gift. I'll put it in the guest bathroom. The one nobody uses. The gala was the social event of the season. Everyone was there. My mother, the adoptive one, was there, trying to introduce Violet to rich bachelors. Violet looked like she wanted to murder everyone with a spoon. I wore a white dress. Simple. Elegant. Lotus-like.
But I had a tactical plan.
The dress had pockets. Maxwell held my arm. Don't wander off. I will stay by your side like a shadow. I promised. The buffet is to the left. The oysters are fresh. If I move 30 degrees to the north, I can intercept the waiter with the mini crab cakes. Jasmine, Maxwell whispered. Stop looking at the crab cakes. I froze. I was looking at the floral arrangements. You were drooling. It is condensation from the humidity. We walked into the ballroom. The whispers started immediately. Isn't that the fake daughter? She's still clinging to Maxwell? Look at her, pretending to be innocent. A woman in a red dress approached us. I recognized her. It was Celine, a rival heiress who had a crush on Maxwell. Standard villain NPC. Maxwell, Celine purred. And, Jasmine, I didn't think you'd have the face to show up. I smiled politely. I have a face. I brought it with me. Celine scoffed. She held a glass of red wine. I saw her wrist twitch. The classic trip and spill maneuver. I calculated the trajectory. If she spills it on me, I can go to the bathroom. If I go to the bathroom, I can sneak out to the garden. If I go to the garden, I can take off these heels.
Do it, Celine.
Liberate me. Celine stumbled. The wine flew. I didn't move.
Splash.
Right down the front of my white dress. The ballroom gasped. Celine feigned shock. Oh my God. I am so sorry. I tripped. I looked down at the red stain. It looked like a crime scene. It is okay, I said softly, my voice trembling slightly. It is just a dress.
Yes.
Freedom. Now I can leave. But wait, this is vintage silk. The dry cleaning bill will be at least $200. That's 40 tacos. This woman owes me 40 tacos. I looked up at Celine, tears welling in my eyes. But this was a gift from Maxwell's mother. It wasn't. Celine paled.
What?
Maxwell stepped forward, his face cold. Celine, you're clumsy. Suddenly, Violet appeared. She looked at the stain, then at me. She heard my thought about the tacos. She smirked. Celine, Violet said, stepping between us. You ruined my sister's dress. And you owe her 40 tacos. The room went silent. What? Celine asked. I mean, Violet corrected herself. You owe her an apology and compensation. This dress is priceless. Violet took off her own shawl and wrapped it around me. Go get changed, Jasmine. I'll handle this clown. I looked at Violet. She winked. My sister. My hero. I went to the changing room, but I took a wrong turn and ended up in the back hallway. Suddenly, 2 men in black suits blocked my path. Miss Jasmine Wilson? That is me. Please come with us. They grabbed my arms. Kidnapping? Finally. A plot twist. I hope they take me somewhere with food. I haven't eaten the crab cakes yet. They dragged me into a van. They put a hood over my head. Be quiet or we'll hurt you, one grunted. I am silent as a library, I said. They drove for an hour. When the hood came off, I was in a warehouse. Sitting across from me was an older man. He looked like Maxwell, but wrinkly and evil. Maxwell's uncle. The antagonist who wants the East District project. Jasmine, he sneered. I know Maxwell cares for you. I'm going to use you as leverage. I looked around. The warehouse was dusty. Could I have a chair? I asked. My feet hurt. The uncle blinked. You are a hostage. A hostage with rights. Also, do you have Wi-Fi? I need to check my daily login bonus for my game. The uncle slammed his hand on the table. Call Maxwell. Tell him if he doesn't sign over the project, you die. He shoved a phone in my face. I dialed. Maxwell picked up on the first ring. Jasmine? Where are you? Hello, Maxwell. I said calmly. I am in a warehouse. It smells like old cheese. Your uncle is here. He looks like a dried apricot. Give me the phone. The uncle snatched it. Maxwell, I have your little girlfriend. Sign the papers. I sat there, looking at the uncle's shoes. They were cheap leather. He's bluffing. He doesn't have the budget to kill me. Look at those shoes. He probably can't even afford to dispose of a body. The uncle froze. He looked at me nervously. Wait, can he hear my thoughts too? No, he just looked self-conscious about his shoes. Suddenly, the warehouse doors smashed open. A car drove through the metal doors. It was a neon green sports car. River. He drifted the car, screeching to a halt. He jumped out holding a baseball bat. Unhand her, you wrinkled grape. Maxwell ran in behind him, followed by the police and Violet? Violet was holding a taser. The goons looked at River, then the police, then the taser. They put their hands up. Maxwell rushed to me. Are you okay? I am fine, I said. But I missed the buffet. Maxwell hugged me. It was tight. I was worried, he whispered. I know. Your heart rate is 120 BPM. You should see a cardiologist. River ran over. Did they touch you? I'll smash them like clay. I am fine, River. Nice car. Green is very visible. Violet walked over to the uncle, who was being handcuffed. She leaned in and whispered something. The uncle turned pale. Then she came to me. You, she said, are the most stressful person to rescue. You were critiquing his shoes. Shoes tell a lot about a man's liquidity, I stated. A few days later, the dust had settled. The uncle was in jail. The engagement was back on the table. My mom summoned us all to the living room. Jasmine, Mom said, looking serious. Maxwell proposed formally. He wants to marry you. I sat on the sofa, hands in my lap. I see. Marriage. That means sharing a bank account. But it also means I have to attend endless galas. I can't eat tacos in bed anymore. I have to be the Mrs. Reed. That sounds like so much work. I refuse, I said gently. Silence. Maxwell looked stunned.
Why?
I am not worthy, I said. I am just a fake daughter. I want to find my own path. I want to open a street stall. I want to sell Jasmine's mystery meat skewers. I want to wear sweatpants. Violet stood up. She wants to open a taco truck. I froze. I looked at Violet. Violet looked at me. I know, Violet said. I've known for a while. You have a system, don't you? Or maybe I just have one. The room was confused. Taco truck. Mom asked. Like street food? Yes, Violet said. Jasmine's dream isn't to be a lady. She wants to be a vendor. She's obsessed with money and food. I dropped the act. My shoulders slumped. Is it that obvious? I asked in my normal, slightly deeper voice. Violet laughed. You ate a face mask, Jasmine. You're an idiot. Maxwell stood up.
He walked over to me.
You want a taco truck?
Yes.
With high foot traffic. I own the downtown plaza, Maxwell said. I'll give you the prime spot. Rent-free. I gasped. Rent-free? And I'll invest. 50-50 split on profits. Deal. I shook his hand vigorously. Pleasure doing business with you. River jumped in. I'll make the plates. Custom pottery plates for the tacos. That's unhygienic, River, but I appreciate the spirit. 6 months later. Welcome to the Lotus.To. I handed a spicy beef taco to a customer. The line went around the block. I was wearing a customized apron that said pure and spicy. Violet was sitting at the VIP table, a plastic stool in the corner, counting the cash. She had quit her job at the family company to be my CFO. Profits are up 20%, she said. Excellent. Maxwell pulled up in his black limousine. He got out wearing a suit. He walked to the counter. One regular, please. That'll be $5. Family discount doesn't apply during rush hour, I said. He smiled. He looked rested. He slept 8 hours a night now, mostly because the sound of me chopping onions was apparently very soothing. Marry me and I get free tacos for life? He asked. I thought about it. Free tacos for him means a loss of inventory. But his bank account. Let me see the prenup first, I said. River roared up on his motorcycle, carrying a stack of clay bowls. Jasmine, I made salsa bowls shaped like your face. I sighed. My sister is counting money. My boyfriend is a billionaire who loves my cooking. My childhood friend is a pottery lunatic. And I am Jasmine, the fake daughter, the pure white lotus, and the taco queen of a city. I took a bite of a taco. Dignity is overrated. Cilantro is forever. Order up, I shouted.